Come on, come on. So I came out to water my hydrangeas. Although it's fall, late fall, going into early winter, I'm going to have to continue to water my hydrangea standards in all of my containers that have some type of plant in them, and that way they make it through. So I was able to get my hands on some beautiful lemon cypress. I'm super excited about the size of them. I've been working on a collection of lemon cypress. So let's head inside, let's get them planted up, and then from there we'll get them in their place. I ended up snagging 2 of these lemon cypress. Now I am on the hunt for as many lemon cypress as I can get my hands on, especially the ones that are larger in this side. Recently, I went in and I did an entire collection of lemon cypress. We shaped them into topiaries, and I'm so excited that I was able to come across some lemon cypress that were larger. So we are going to go ahead and get these potted up. So let's go grab the containers that we're going to be using. I have my other topiary inside of these white containers just like this. So I'm going to continue on with the trend, and we're going to grab 2 of these larger pots right here. Can you see these? So this is what we're going to need in order to be able to give our topiary that's already kind of on the larger side sufficient room to be able to grow. Now we just have to scoot this container over in order to be able to get everything out. And then we'll scoot the smaller containers right here over. And we will need 2 saucers, but we'll come back and grab those. All right, so we just need 2 of these large, tall neck, white terracotta. So I think if we lean these back slightly, we can just get them out. Let's do it one at a time so we don't break them. That's That's why I like to do them one at a time. All right, so we'll scoot this back, scoot this over, scoot this back this way, because it is a pot that goes right here in this space. And then we'll take these, set them right there, and then get out 2 of the saucers. These should be about the size that fit. Let's check them. Yep. So that's perfect. I grabbed my gloves as well as the saucers. I totally have not lost it. We're going to have to prep the table that these are going on. I want to clean the table up a bit. So let's go get some nice soapy water and then we can get everything in their place. have the topiary in their places where they need to go. I absolutely love it. I love how it's more larger plants inside of those large containers. Now I want to head in because I have 3 paper whites that's literally been hanging out, and I don't want to continue to keep them in the baggie. So let me show you what I do and how I store mine in order to prevent them from rotting. Have you guys ever planted up a paper white and noticed that you planted it up, you did everything right, but it just did not bloom for you? So let me show you how I prevent that on my end. For me, typically, I don't use all of my paper whites at one time. I actually like to keep paper whites on hand. And the reason why I do that is just to make sure I have a succession of blooms. Now, I also don't go out and buy 100 or 200 or 300 paper whites at one time. If you do, it's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I've just found that over the years, I have a lot of waste at the end of the season. So I'll show you how I store my paper white bulbs. Real simple and easy system. I have 3 paper whites that are left over that we did not get a chance to plant up. And so with my paper whites, I like to plant my paper whites in either 1s, 3s, 5s, 4s. It just all depends on what type of arrangement I'm doing. But I buy them in sets of 10. That way I don't have a lot of paper whites to go over if I don't get them all planted. I'm going to take this paper bag here and then my paper whites, and I am going to label my bag. So I like to use one color for the labeling, and then so I keep up with how many I have on hand. What I'll do, and I'm just showing you what I do. So let's say I know I have 3, but what I'll do, if I start off with 10, and so that's typically what I start off with. If I pull 7 of them out like I just did, I'll come in and I'll take that, I'll strike through the 10, and then I know that I have 3 on hand. And this is how I continuously have a succession of blooms throughout the winter time when it comes to the way of bulbs and things of that nature. Always know what I have on hand. Therefore, I know what I can plant up. I know how much time it's going to take me in order to be able to get some paper whites. I know how much time it's going to take for my amaryllis to bloom. Now, given that here as of late, I have been really just knocking out my amaryllis, putting them into bloom. So I'll just take my bag and I'll just put my bulbs in here. And we'll just save these for another time. And I store these in a cool, dark place. Now from here, I'll store my paper whites inside of a baggie until I get ready to use them. And by doing this, it's going to make sure I have continuous blooms in my home. When I want to put together an arrangement on the fly, I have bulbs available. So that's what I do. And if you want to have continuous blooms, and I'm talking through in the middle of the winter, you're able to come in with beautiful plants that you have from your own inventory, from your own plant laboratory, then this, my friends, is how I do it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to clean this up really quick. And that's the other thing. When I'm working with just different flowers and soils, especially in my kitchen, I like to go in and immediately just clean. What do you do? Where do you plant your indoor arrangements up? Like when it's off season? For me, I just like to use some type of Clorox type cleanup because I know that I'm going to pretty much kill a lot of the things that harbors around in our soil. So I'll just come in and wipe it down a few times, and quick and easy.